while another one has been honored with Adobe's Excellence in Research Award. This year, 17 research proposals from our faculty were approved for funding by various government and other agencies for a total commitment of about over 3 crore rupees. In our R&D efforts, we remain committed to developing technologies that can be transferred for commercial exploitation or use by other organizations. This year, over 24 tools and technologies were transferred to over 10 organizations. And actually, 3 startups by our faculty and students have also emerged. Our first again, one in the area of energy management, one in education, and one in social networking. This year we achieved a major milestone. We awarded our first 2 PhDs to Kuldeep and Himanshu Bhatt, thus graduating in students in all 3 higher education degrees, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate in a short span of 6 years. Both received good reviews for their thesis from the examiners, who include some international experts as per our policies of PhD thesis examination. During the PhD, Kuldeep was awarded the prestigious Microsoft Fellowship Award, which is given to only 5 or 6 students a year, and Himanshu received the coveted IBM Fellowship Award. Both are now working at Xerox Research. To consolidate our research and make stronger impact in targeted areas, our vision is to start research centers in focus areas. This year, we took our first step and created our first Center of Excellence in Cybersecurity, CERC, which was inaugurated in January by Dr. Gulshan Rai, the Director General of CERT-IN. It already is one of the leading centers in India in this very critical area. While our faculty members collaborate with colleagues across the world, and there is many collaborations I know my colleagues are doing, we've also initiated some formal collaborations, international collaborations. We've started a joint PhD program with Australia's Queensland University of Technology, QUT, have signed an MOU with University of Nebraska-Lincoln to facilitate academic collaboration between the faculties, and have also signed a pact with Graduate School of Information Security, Korea University, Seoul, for joint projects, joint supervision of doctoral students, and organizing events. The phase 1 of our permanent campus, which we see all around us, which became operational in August 2012, has over 30,000 square meters of space, sufficient for just about the capacity today, about 1,000 plus students and about 50 faculty members. The proposal for phase 2 of construction has been approved by the Delhi government, which will add another 60,000 square meters of space to cater to about 2,500 students and 150 faculty. We have all things in place except the permissions which we are trying to get from MCD to start construction. We continue to focus on effective resource utilization and have installed smart meters throughout the campus, which actually show us our energy consumption on a real-time basis in a dashboard. Other measures have also been taken for efficient use of energy and water resources. After the successful placement of the first 2 batches, the just graduated batches, namely you, continued the tradition of strong performance in placement. By most measures of placement, highest domestic salary offered, the highest overseas package offered, the percentage of students placed, the mean and the median offers, we compare favorably with the top institutions in the country. Almost 10% of the graduating BTech batch got fellowships for higher studies in top institutions across the world. Very fine record by all metrics that you can use. Overall, we've had a very good year, and we are well on our path of becoming a globally respected institute, which is a stated mission and vision for us. Though many challenges remain, we are confident of addressing them in the coming years by support of students like you. We continue getting very strong support from students like you. Faculty, what we already have, we hope to get more, continue getting strong support from faculty. Administration colleagues, some of them are sitting here, excellent support from administration. Board, Mr. Karnik is here and one board member here. We continue getting very strong support and other well-wishers. So I hope you will see more and more laurels, more and more things that we will do. I would now like to spend a few minutes talking with you, our dear graduates, who we are truly proud of. One can't not use this opportunity to share some thoughts with you. developing graduates, fine graduates like you is one of the fundamental reasons of existence of institutes like ours. Our faculty spend a considerable time of their effort in trying to impart good education. We collectively spend a lot of mind share in trying to ensure that you have a comfortable life administratively as well as an academically challenging environment where you can learn and grow. But you're now entering a professional world. It's far more unforgiving and demanding than I believe you experienced while you were here. So let me share with you some thoughts on opportunities and challenges ahead of you and what you may do to tap the opportunities and face the challenges that you'll see. Given the pace of change in today's world, many of you will actually end up having multiple careers in your life. You may start as an engineer, as many of you are starting. After a few years, might feel the need to go deeper and explore the unexplored and take up PhD and a research career. During your research, you may realize that you have some wonderful ideas that can create value and may take an entrepreneurship path. In fact, many of our faculty have already traveled, even of our generation have traveled this path. We have a faculty member who spent a number of years as an engineer, went to PhD and started and is an academic now. We have another colleague who's graduated engineer, entrepreneur, PhD and a faculty now. We have another one we have at least two who are doing their entrepreneurship activities while we're going. So it's likely that your life will be a series of careers, not like what my parents' generation had, one career. Even in the professional career where you have a job, the nature of job will change. And if you want exciting jobs which will pay you handsomely, which all of you do, you will have to generate value. And the skills and capabilities that are valuable today may not be valuable in the world tomorrow. So while your mastery today in whatever you have, whatever skills you have given you the opportunities today, have opened doors for you, you may need mastery in another area to remain continually valuable to the organization you belong to. This is what is called in serial mastery in the book, The Shift, which talks about how the professions are changing or how they are likely to change. So all this possibility of changes of jobs and careers makes for a very, very exciting future for you, but one which is full of uncertainty. I believe a key question you must reflect upon is how to succeed in this scenario. It should be clear that your chances to succeed in this changing world will depend on your ability to redefine yourself periodically. So just like you are ready for the first job from the definition you got by the education we provided, you are ready or better prepared for the next job by the redefinition you will give yourself. And this will require ability to learn and grow. That's the only way to redefine yourself. In fact, that's the way you defined yourself. That's the only way to redefine also. You build more skills, you build new capabilities, new knowledge base. You refine your meta skills based on experience, and then you are ready for your next job or the next challenge that you have. I hope in our education we have provided you not just your skills for the first job, but also prepared you for the meta skills needed to learn from your first N jobs for the N plus first job. The ability to leverage from the N jobs for your N plus first requires actually a mindset of not just merely doing a job for earning, but treating each job as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to refine your skills, and to redefine yourself. It requires initiative and drive. By initiative, I mean going beyond what your job requires, do the things that are not asked of you, etc. It is initiative that will allow you to explore, find new areas, new avenues that you didn't know about, and it will help you in tapping those opportunities that exist. I often, sometimes simplistically view the world in my mind as those people with initiative and those who don't. And I am a strong believer that it is people who, with initiative, who come out ahead in life. It is these people I would trust with work. It is these people I would trust, I would put my bet on. Now, initiatives come naturally if you are engaged deeply in whatever you do and enjoy it. If you have passion, which is demonstrated by a relentless pursuit for growth in the area in which you claim to have passion about, and not just mere declaration or statements, then pursue your passion with great gusto. You are lucky. But for most of you, I suspect, there may not be any passion today. Then for your own good, do not wait for some dream to come, for God's message to come, some vision to clarify your passion for you. Start working with full engagement and interest in whatever journey you've undertaken. In your long journey, you will travel many roads. Just travel every one with full engagement, commitment, and enthusiasm. This is not only important for your growth and learning, it may actually lead you to find the passion that you may be looking for. So this is my first message or advice. Do whatever you're doing with engagement, enthusiasm, commitment, initiative, and drive. And enjoy it. This brings me to the second point I would like to submit to you, and I have only 2 points. It is a fundamental law that change requires effort. In the physical world, we know all the physical laws about it, as well as in the mental and personal world. Many people take pride in following the least effort approach to life. You must realize that you cannot learn or grow with this approach. All learning and growth takes effort. Make no mistake about it. Even the genius does not succeed without effort. Some of you may have read interviews by the Field Prize winner Manjul Bhargav. Talent is needed, he says, but is no substitute for hard work. So when it comes to learning, growth, and mastery, it is only trekking the steep slope that will take you higher. A easy stroll on a flat path is not going to take you higher. And if you follow my first suggestion that I mentioned, you may not find hard work as hard at all. In fact, you may not find it as work at all. So no doubt there are factors like luck, chance, meetings, etc. that influence the outcomes. Nobody can deny that. But I'm a strong believer of the quotes, luck favors the prepared mind. Or the one by Jefferson, I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. There's no doubt factors that you have no control over will influence what you end up doing. And it is very easy to blame your luck, the system, your boss, politics, India, etc., for what you cannot achieve. It's very easy to do that. It's much harder to take responsibility. I think the smarter way to live your life is not to ignore these factors, be cognizant of them, recognize all the factors that influence them, but focus on one factor, on the factor that you have full control over and which is undoubtedly the largest determinant of the outcomes you will generate. You and your effort. That's what you need to focus on, because that's the only thing you have control over. So dear alumni, your exciting journey has already begun. I'm sure many of you are already working. In this journey, never forget that IIIT-Delhi contributed significantly and contribute back to the institute, to your alma mater, as and when possible. I believe that every alumnus should contribute at least 1% of his or her annual income back to the institute, and to be with you in this act of saying thank you to the institute, I remain committed to contributing 1 month of my salary every year to the institute, as I announced in my first convocation. I continue to do so, and I hope I may even increase it in years to come, and I hope you will join me in giving back to our institute regularly. I'm happy to announce launching of our alumni website, where we will soon have other information about how you can contribute back. So dear graduates, Take the road less traveled, take the harder road. Enjoy the journey and make the journey count to yourself, to your family and friends, to the society, and to the institute. You have an exciting future ahead of you. Go ahead and make the most of it. But remember your alma mater every time you reach a new height. Remember that we had something to contribute to you reaching that height. My best wishes to you for the fine future I hope lies ahead of all of you. Thank you very much.